The roar of the man-lion, Narasimha, had shattered the very atoms of the palace. As the dust settled, a new silence began in the mind of Maitreya.
And that silence.
Yeah.
That is exactly where we need to start today. Welcome back to the deep dive.
It really is a profound shift, isn't it? I mean, in our last conversation, we were right in the middle of a cosmic action film.
Absolutely. High drama.
We had avatars bursting out of pillars, demons conquering worlds, just sheer kinetic energy. It was loud, it was chaotic. But looking at the texts for this session, the tone has completely changed.
It has. The dust has settled. We are moving from story to structure, from the high drama of mythology to the steady architecture of cosmology.
Yeah.
And if we're being honest, psychology.
It reminds me a bit of that feeling when you walk out of a really loud cinema and suddenly you're in the quiet street and you have to remember who you are, check your pockets, and just orient yourself. That seems to be what Maitreya, the disciple in the text, is going through.
That is a perfect analogy. Maitreya has just witnessed this raw, terrifying power of the divine. He's seen universes created and destroyed.
And now he just wants to know where he is in all of it.
Exactly. He looks at his teacher, the sage Parashara, and he essentially asks, right, I see the power, I get it, but where am I? How does this machine actually work?
He wants the blueprints.
He wants the architecture. He's asking a question that I think anyone who has ever stared up at a clear night sky has asked, how do we measure this ocean? He wants a system.
And Parashara gives him one. But it's not just a map of the stars, is it?
No, not at all. And this is the mission for today's deep dive. We're going to unpack what's known as the Second Amsha, or the second dimension of the Vishnu Purana. Parashara lays out the universe. But in doing so, he's laying out the layers of your own consciousness.
So we're mapping the cosmos.
To map ourselves. From the absolute basement to the penthouse suite.
Right. Before we start climbing, or maybe digging, as the case may be, we should talk about the structure itself. Parashara divides this massive body of knowledge into 6 pillars, or amshas. Why 6? Is that just an arbitrary filing system?
Not at all. It's for accessibility. Parashara explicitly says that the infinite can't be grasped by the finite human intellect without a framework.
You'd drown if you tried to drink the ocean.
You drown. You need a cup. So he slices existence into 6 dimensions. And these aren't just book chapters. They are categories of reality.
Okay, so let's quickly orient everyone. The first amsha, that was the seed.
Exactly. What we covered previously. Origins, creation, the stories of Dhruva and Prahlada, the spark of it all.
And today, we are squarely in the second amsha, the stage.
The map of the universe, the geography of the stars, the mechanics of time. This is where we locate ourselves on the board.
Then comes the third amsha, the law.
Which covers social structure, the Vedas, discipline. If the second amsha is the stage, the third is the script. It tells you how to behave once you're on it.
Fourth is the legacy.
The ancestries, lineages of the sun and moon, history, really. The record of who played the roles before us.
Then the fifth amsha is the heart.
And that is dedicated entirely to Krishna. It's the emotional core. It shifts from head to heart.
And finally, the sixth amsha, the exit.
The end of the Kali Yuga and the path to liberation. How to leave the theater entirely.
It really is a complete philosophy of life, isn't it? It takes you from how did I get here all the way to how do I leave?
It's the full journey.
So let's focus on that second amsha, the stage. Now, when most people hear the word underworld in a religious text, they have a very specific image in mind.
Fire, brimstone.
Dante's Inferno. Demons with pitchforks. Punishment.
And that is the first major misconception we need to dismantle right now. Parashara says to Maitreya, below the earth there are 7 layers. But he doesn't describe a dungeon.
What does he describe?
He describes a resort.
A resort in the underworld.
A place of immense, almost overwhelming material beauty. These 7 realms are known as the Patalas. And the text is very specific about their names.
Let's hear them.
Atala, Vitala, Supala, Talatala, Matala, Rasatala, and Patala.
It has a certain rhythm to it. Atala, Vitala, Sutala. So if I take the cosmic elevator down to the first basement level, Atala, what am I seeing?
You're seeing dazzling luxury. Atala is ruled by an asura named Bala, who is a master of illusion. The text says the pleasures there are hypnotic, designed to captivate your senses completely.
Okay, that's unexpected. What about the next one down, Vitala?
Vitala is actually the abode of Shiva in a specific form called Hatakwara. It's associated with gold, rivers of gold. It's not a godless place. It's a place of intense, vibrant wealth.
And Sutala, that name rings a bell.
Sutala is fascinating. It's the home of the devotee king Bali. Remember, he was pushed underground by Vishnu's dwarf avatar.
Yes, of course.
Well, Vishnu didn't punish him, he gave him a kingdom. And the Vishnu Purana explicitly states that the palaces in Sutala make the heavens look ordinary.
Hang on.
The architecture, the jewels, the comfort, it causes envy even among the gods in the sky.
Wait, the underworld is fancier than heaven? The gods look down at the basement and wish they lived there.
Materially.
Yes. That feels completely backwards. Why would the bad place be nicer than the good place?
Because of the lighting. This is where the atmosphere gets really interesting. Parashara says there is no sunlight in these realms.
So it's dark then.
No, it's brighter than day. But the light doesn't come from a star. It comes from the Nagaratna. Massive, radiant gems on the hoods of the great serpents that live there.
So it's artificial light.
Beautiful, steady, constant artificial light. Gem-lit palaces.
It sounds like something from a high-budget fantasy series.
It gets better, or worse, depending on your perspective. In these 7 Patalas, there is no aging, no gray hair, no wrinkles, no thirst, and no fear of death. Time essentially stops.
Right, I have to be the devil's advocate here. You are describing a place with no death, perfect luxury, and gem light. Sign me up. Where's the catch? Why is this a lower realm?
The catch is the silence we started with. Parashara notes that while there is no physical hunger, there is also no spiritual hunger. The inhabitants are drowning in pleasure.
It's a golden cage.
A golden cage of stasis. You're so comfortable, so stimulated that the soul falls asleep. You don't evolve in Patala, you just exist, preserved, like a fly in amber.
This is startlingly relevant to right now.
I thought you might say that.
No, really. Let's do it. This is the mirror moment for this deep dive. Think about how we live today. We live in climate-controlled boxes. We don't rely on the sun. We have LED lights, our own version of serpent gems.
Go on.
We've practically eliminated physical discomfort. If I'm hungry, food appears at my door with a tap on a screen. If I'm bored, I have a device in my pocket with infinite entertainment. We've effectively built a technological Patala.
That is a brilliant connection. And look at the consequence. Just as in the text, we've banished physical discomfort, but have we found peace? Or have we just found distraction?
It's the luxury trap. Parashara seems to be arguing that chasing a pain-free existence through material comfort isn't an ascent at all, it's a descent. You aren't climbing to heaven, you're just digging yourself into a really nice hole with high thread count sheets.
That's it. When the body is too comfortable, the questions stop. You stop asking, who am I? Because you're too busy asking, what should I watch next? That is the danger of the Patalas. It's not punishment, it's sedation.
A chilling thought.
Yeah.
We are sedating ourselves into a spiritual coma.
Okay, so if that's the basement, let's look at the penthouse. Let's talk about the ascent. The text describes 7 worlds above us as well, right?
Correct. The universe is a vertical gradient. Starting from where we are, the earth, or Bhuloka, we ascend. The list is Bhuloka, Bhuloka, Svarloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, and the summit, Satya-loka.
Satya-loka, the realm of truth. That certainly sounds like the destination.
It is. Now, the verse fear familiar. Bhuloka is the atmospheric realm winds, clouds. Then you have Svarloka. Right, Svarloka. That's the classic heaven of Indra and the gods, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ambrosia, thunderbolts, the lot.
The very same. But what's interesting in this structural map is that Svarloka isn't the top. It's actually quite low on the ladder.
Really? Indra's heaven is low tier.
Relatively, yes. Because Svarloka is still bound by desire. It's just a higher quality of desire than you find on Earth. The gods want power, respect, pleasure. It's the VIP lounge, but it's still a lounge.
So what's beyond it?
As you move past that into Maharloka, Janaloka, and Tapaloka, the texture of reality changes completely. You stop seeing gods who act like celebrities, and you start seeing sages and siddhas.
And what do they do?
They exist for Kalpa's vast eons of time sustained, not by food or applause, but by the power of knowledge and penance. The currency changes from pleasure to truth.
So the gods are busy enjoying their status, while the sages above them are busy understanding reality.
Precisely. And that leads, finally, to Satya-loka.
The abode of Brahma.
The text is very specific here. In Satya-loka, there are no lies, no envy. There is only the light of supreme truth.
So if we look at this vertically, it seems to be a map of weight.
That is the perfect word for it. Weight. Down in the Patalas, you are heavy, anchored by gold, gems, sensory addiction. As you go up, you shed that weight.
Ego is heavy.
Desire is heavy. Even the desire to be a powerful god is heavy. Knowledge and detachment are light. They allow you to float. The journey to Satya-loka isn't a physical climb. It's a shedding of the self.
So naturally, the listener, and I include myself here, assumes that the goal is to get to Satya-loka. That's the winning condition.
And that brings us to the most surprising twist in the entire Vishnu Purana.
Go on.
You would assume the best world is the highest one, but Parashara stops Maitreya and says essentially, no, the most crucial, the most valuable piece of real estate in the entire cosmos is neither the gemlit Patala nor the truth-filled Satya-loka.
Don't tell me.
It's here,
No.
Bhuloka, Earth. Specifically what the texts call Partha-varsha, the land of humans.
Why? I mean, we have death here. We have disease, taxes, traffic. Why is this the below bot?
Because of one specific concept, Karma-bhumi.
Karma-bhumi, the land of action.
Think of it this way. In the Patalas, you are experiencing the results of past merit through pleasure. You are spending your bank account.
Right. It's a holiday.
And in the heavens, like Satya-loka, you are experiencing the rewards of good deeds. You are also just spending your bank account.
So they are both vacation spots. One's a basement spa. The other's a rooftop bar.
Exactly. They are consumption zones. You cannot generate new currency there. You can only spend what you brought with you. Once it runs out, you fall back down. You are a passenger.
But Earth.
Earth is the workplace. Earth is the gym. This is the only realm where new karma can be created, the only place where you have agency. In the other realms, you're just drifting on a current. Here, you have the oars.
That is incredibly empowering. It reframes the struggle of human life completely. The fact that it's hard here is the point. The friction is what allows for traction.
You can't run on ice. You need the grit. Parashara wants Maitreya to understand that the human existence is unique because it's the junction point. From here, you can choose to dive into the abyss of Atala, or you can choose to do the work and rise to Satya-loka.
We hold the pen that writes the script.
We hold the pen. Nowhere else in the cosmos do beings have that privilege. The text says the gods in heaven are jealous of humans.
Jealous of us.
Because humans can change their destiny. The gods are stuck. Indra has to be Indra. He has to drink the soma and fight the demons. He can't retire. We can rewrite our script entirely.
So the second Amsha isn't just a map. It's a call to action. It's telling us you are standing in the most powerful position on the board. Don't waste it.
Don't waste it building a comfortable cage. Use the friction of this world to propel yourself upward. That is the message.
It changes how you look at your alarm clock in the morning, doesn't it? It's not a nuisance. It's an opportunity to earn currency in the Karma-bhumi.
A chance to move the needle.
So, to recap this vertical journey, we've looked down into the seven, Patalas, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, and the rest. We've seen they aren't fiery hells, but traps of comfort, strangely mirroring our modern lives.
And we've looked up through the seven heavens, Bhuloka, up to Satya-loka. We've seen that ascent is about shedding the weight of ego.
And we've landed back here on Earth, realizing that this messy, difficult world is actually the engine room of the entire system.
But
Oh, I knew there was a but coming.
we have only looked up and down. We have looked at the y-axis, but the Vishnu Purana has a sprawling x-axis as well.
The horizontal map.
We are standing on Earth, yes. But what is this Earth? The text describes 7 concentric islands, the Saptadvipa, surrounded by 7 exotic oceans.
And these aren't just oceans of salt water, are they?
Oh, goodness, no. We're talking about oceans of sugarcane juice, oceans of milk, oceans of clarified butter.
And in the center of it
A
all,
literal axis of the world, Mount Meru, the golden mountain that anchors the cosmos.
that sounds like a journey we need to pack our bags for.
Indeed. We need to explore the geography of the mystery. What lies beyond the Himalayas? What is at the center point? That's where we're going next.
I cannot wait. But before we go, I want to leave you, the listener, with a thought to mull over. We talked about the luxury trap. We talked about Karma-bhumi.
The question is simple. Look at your life right now. Are you using your time in this Karma-bhumi to climb? Or are you just renovating your basement?
Are you building a patala of comfort, or are you earning your way to truth?
A heavy question, I know, but a necessary one.
The most important one.
If you want to make sure you catch the boat for our journey to the 7 islands in the Milk Ocean, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. You do not want to miss the view from Mount Meru.
It's the best view in the cosmos.
Until next time, keep looking up.
And keep climbing.